What is up, gamers? We got the Daredevil and Kingpin ranked battle. So I wanted to go through my builds. I wanted to do some gameplay. I want to show you all this stuff so that you can get the highest score possible. These are happening back to back. You can collect the rewards twice. And as you can see, I've already collected some of the rewards for each of them. And I can verify that the rewards do duplicate. So you will get multiple chests and you will be able to get multiple rewards. You can see there, actually. I have 3 of the 4 tier 4 material chests. So this is really good. It's 200 carbonadium or 200 soul of the Faltine or 200 life seeds or whatever other division you want with within 50 increments each. So this is really, really good. You also have the rankings. So you can get you will get crystals. So you absolutely want to make sure you play Daredevil, at least get a score in there so that you get at least 40 crystals for everybody. And then for Kingpin, it's not as good. It is tier 4 materials. And for the top 1%, which is the majority of players or less, you're only going to get 50 of 1. So the Kingpin one is quite a bit worse. And so I would say if you don't have Kingpin built at all and you're really struggling, just queue up the first score you can and just, you know, yeah, you kind of take what you can get. You do get a little bit of gold. It is what it is. The Daredevil one is a little bit harder, but the rewards are a little bit better. Now, if you saw my scores there, they vary wildly, despite the fact that they're both tier 3 80 with the new uniform mythic. Daredevil's, in this case, I'm only at 720,000. Yeah, really low score. That does put me in the top 2%, but compared to Kingpin, where I'm ranked 213 with 8 million, that's night and day, right? That's more than 11 times the score between Daredevil and Kingpin. Now, what's happening there? Is it just the build, Alex? No, it's not. It's also that Kingpin is a PvE, ABX, ABL type of character. He has lots of hits. He has lots of skill canceling. He has large AoE. So that is going to leverage you, and you're going to be able to get a much higher score with Kingpin with less effort and less investment. Compared to Daredevil, it's going to take a lot more investment and a lot more effort gameplay-wise to get a good score. Now, as far as the builds go, that actually is a really cool transition, by the way. I think that's a really sick transition. It's a little underrated, but that's a sick transition. Anyways, as far as the build goes, you can see here, I don't even have any Odin's Blessings on Daredevil. And actually, if I was serious about maximizing my score for this ranked mode, I would just slap on 4 Mythic Uru. Doesn't matter what it is, just slap them on because it bumps up your growth score, which is a big part of your overall score. The ISO 8 set is Overdrive, stage 12. We have just a random 1-star artifact. Again, if you're really close to a break point for the next crystal rank reward for Daredevil, I would say slap on a random 2- or 3-star generic artifact like this just to give you a bit more growth score. I wouldn't go too much further than that, but it's just something to keep in mind. We have the Mythic uniform, and then last but not least, we actually have no custom gear. Now, this is important because Daredevil is not proc friendly. So if you do not have a custom gear on him right now and you're not planning to build him for PvP, I would highly recommend something like this, a mini rage proc. This is going to be your best bet because his rotation is a mess. When we get to it, you'll see it's an absolute mess. But hopefully the tips that I give you, and if people have tips more, they can share them down below in the comments, will help you with the last couple days left on this ranking event to push as high as you can. Now, if you want to go even higher and harder with Daredevil, the only CTP I can recommend is a Rage, and Mighty Rage is going to be the best bet. But again, I don't recommend going that far because Daredevil struggles score-wise, and he's not very good and not very fun for, I would say, for most people. Obviously, I can't speak for all players here, but I'm actually going to equip a Rage now ahead of time so you guys will be able to see. This will, sorry, not a Rage, an Obelisk, mini Rage. This also boosts my score. So even if you don't have, like if you're really desperate, and even if you don't have any more obelisks to roll, but you just have a random one lying around, just slap it on because it's going to bump up your growth score, right? It bumped up my growth score a bunch, and it's going to just easily add to your score without you actually having to play better. In the case of Kingpin, on the other hand, I do have a slightly better build. We are missing, again, a bunch of Uru. I should just slap on a bunch of Uru to get score, but we do have 1 Odin's Blessing. But as you can see, the build is not crazy, guys. We have Power of Angry Hulk stage 12. We have a 3-star artifact of his, but again, it's not even ranked up. And then we do have a Mighty Rage. So the main differences here between Daredevil and Kingpin are 1, Daredevil's playstyle, as you'll see, is brutal. And then 2, my Kingpin has a Mighty Rage. So in the case of Daredevil, the one thing I want you to remember is play out the 6th skill. Let the 6th skill play out until you start seeing the hits, because then you can cancel it. And always prioritize the 4th skill. The 4th skill has a ton of hits on it, and you're basically just going to want to spam 4 and 2. All of his other skills basically suck. I mean, the third skill is good when you can get it to trigger the counter, but otherwise you're just going to want to spam the fourth skill. As you can see here, the fourth skill has a ton of hits, and then it also has movement, and the movement is really important because it lets you not only dodge attacks, but it's going to let you you collect the orb in some cases. So this is basically how I'm playing. You let the 6 play out, and then you can go into 3. I usually just cancel 5 into 4, and then I do 1 and 2, and I let 2 play out, and then I go back into 3. 3 is a bit annoying, of course, because it can cause you to just stand there. You have to dodge this attack and wait to engage him after the fact. You have to wait to engage him after the fact, because if you start to engage him from far away, you're not going to be able to close the gap with any of his skills. So you got to wait on that second one there. But yeah, you can see you got to wait for the tier 3. You got to let that play out. I might be canceling it a little bit later than I need to, but it's okay. It's okay. When the camera zooms out, you know it's go time, but as you can see, the fourth skill, not the best positioning for me. The fourth skill has the movement, so you want to make sure you're using that as much as possible, but it's got a pretty short animation, so you don't have to worry too much about, you know, you don't have to worry too much about it taking too long to animate. But yeah, so as you can see, we've already reached our old score, and we still have 20 seconds left. We're going to get one more hit in here. Now, this one, you got to be careful. You can start engaging him from the side, but there, I just showed you guys perfectly. If you engage him too early with the fourth skill, you will walk into the stun, and you'll stun yourself. So you have to position yourself behind him for that last one, or you have to, you know, just wait a little bit longer. But that's basically the rotation. I played it really well, except for the end there. But I could probably push that score to 1 million, maybe a little bit higher than 1 million, but probably not too much higher without further investment. So I think realistically, your best bet for this level of build for Daredevil is about 1.1, 1.2 million. I think if you go above 1.2 million with this level of investment, you're really in the top echelons of players, and I think it's very impressive. So you can kind of use that as a barometer to you know, gauge your ability and gauge your sort of performance. Keep in mind, I'm not going to be giving like general tips for ranked battle if you have like lower than tier 380, you know, it's tier 2, tier 1. We covered that in the Punisher video. I'll link it in the corner there. Go watch that Punisher video. That gives you a breakdown of the tactics you need to employ, including running around in circles if you have a really low ranked character. As for Kingpin, it's a little bit more aggressive, the playstyle, because you do have a traditional rotation. I like to cancel the very first rotation out of the 3 early and then delay the 1. I like doing that because I just get more hits off on the 5 rather than having to cancel it so early. I also play out the 6 right away because it helps me clear out the mobs faster, and that's I find that helps out my score a lot as well. And then I try to use the 2 to reposition when I can. Again, I should have been behind him to reposition better, because you can actually miss. So the 2 skill, you got to be really careful when they ask you to cancel with the 2. The 2 takes a really long time to wind up, and if you're too far away from the Daredevil boss, you're going to, or sorry, that Daredevil, Devil Dinosaur, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss your opportunity. So you got to be really, really careful. Here I'm a little bit behind. I have to get out of the way. I didn't get out of the way. Okay, that's my fault here. I'm going to miss this. That's okay. We're going to keep going. It's okay. I already have my 8 million score. I'm pretty happy with that. We're probably not going to get 8 million this time around, but we'll have to wait and see. In general, I would say if you're going for a good rank, if you're going for trying to get like a good score, always reset when you miss an orb. It's really that serious that you want to reset for it. Here, I think we're going to get stunned again. Yeah. And yeah, so I would say once you get stunned once, you just want to stop and just, you know, reset it. The reason why we're getting stunned, by the way, and it's kind of the difference between a good run and a bad run, is that all of our rotations have been delayed by 4 seconds. So if I hadn't been stunned the first time, I would have started that rotation sooner and gotten out of it just before getting stunned again. So here, I can make the mistake again. I can queue up one more rotation, but for sure I'll get stunned by the laser. He's not about to do it, but in about 4 seconds, he will. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to choose to do nothing. Instead of starting my rotation, see? And if I had been in the rotation, 100% I would have gotten stunned. Now this time around, I'm going to queue up the rotation from the side. I can do a little tiny pause before I press the first skill. You have to really, you know, get comfortable with the timing. because the timing is really important. But yeah, that's basically it for Kingpin. And we end up with, I'd say, a decent score. We missed 2 orbs, so that actually puts us, the 50k that we missed from those 2 orbs would have put us at 795, because it's 50k per, or no, it would have put us at, no, what am I saying? It would have put us at 845. So I actually would have gotten a better score. I actually think I can push like 9 million, potentially, with Kingpin. So I think Kingpin is much better return on investment as far as your score goes, especially if you like seeing really high numbers. And, you know, kudos to these guys scoring 12 million, but I think it's really encouraging to lower spenders and people who have less to invest that I can still get 66% of their score, right? I'm at 8 million and no tier 4, no brilliant CTP. So, you know, I am really happy with that. I do think this is a really good game mode. I'm actually kind of sad it doesn't come around more often. I wish that they would run just like random ranked battles for random characters. I think that would be super fun. Just like once a week, just do a random character for a few days, or do like a blitz and do a different character every day. I mean, that might be too much content, like too much pace, like too high paced for a lot of players. But I really like this game mode. I think it's fantastic. I think it's really interesting. You know, you really have to understand the character. It really feels good in that sense. And also, again, it gets me to play with characters that I otherwise wouldn't play with. Daredevil. So, yeah, I mean, I would love, like, a ranking event for, like, Slapstick, a ranking event for, like, I don't know, War Machine, a ranking event for Molecule Man, just, like, even, like, Hulkbuster. Like, I think Hulkbuster's sick. He just sucks. So I have no point. I have no, you know, use to play him. But if you're going to give me crystals and tier 4 materials, yeah, I'll play Hulkbuster, dude. And I'll have a fucking blast playing him. It'll be awesome. So, yeah, I do like ranked battle. I am glazing it a little much, you know, a little too much. But, hey, it is what it is. Anyways, boys, hopefully these tips have been helpful to you. Go out there and get those high scores, snag those rewards, and improve your account as we build up towards the anniversary. Thank you so much for watching the video. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.